Well, it looks like voters here are leaning toward one candidate in the Democratic primary. They believe that contender is the person who can deny President Donald Trump another 4 years in office.
Biden versus Sanders. Mississippi voters head to the polls in a few days to cast ballots in the Democratic presidential primary. Hawaii Congressman Tulsi Gabbard is still running, but the decision for most voters will come down to a choice between 77-year-old former Vice President Joe Biden and Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, who's a year older.
Who are you voting for Tuesday?
Joe Biden, because I'm a lifelong Democrat.
I feel like he's the man for the job. I mean, he has been there, he understands. He was Obama's vice president. I think he would do a wonderful job.
Ashby Foote is the lone Republican on the Jackson City Council.
I'm supporting President Trump, but I'm always interested in the other party as well to see what the choices are for the voters.
2 days before voters head to the polls, Biden is holding a Sunday campaign stop at New Hope Baptist Church in Jackson. Sanders canceled a Friday rally planned for the two Mississippi museums. Mayor Chokwe Antrell Lumumba, who endorsed Sanders, said in a statement, quote, "While I was certainly looking forward to sharing the stage during tomorrow's campaign rally, I can only imagine the demands of running a presidential campaign and how unpredictable that landscape can be."
Well, Biden is my man anyway. I'm not concerned about him.
Most voters said they're supporting Biden because they believe he's strong enough to defeat President Donald Trump.
That's the driving factor behind this. I am ready for Trump to be gone, and I'm ready for something new to come in.
Some sobering news from Mississippi Democrats. A new poll from Mason-Dixon shows President Trump with a huge lead in Mississippi over both Biden and Sanders. So whoever wins the primary next week, Democrats will have a tough time unseating the president in November. Live at the Hinds County Courthouse, Ross Adams, 16 WAPT News.
Thank you, Ross. And, Ross just mentioned that new Mason-Dixon poll out tonight showing President Donald Trump leading the race for president in Mississippi. Let's delve into those numbers here. Statewide, President Trump leading former Vice President Joe Biden 56% to 42%, while the president leads Bernie Sanders 59% to 36%. In the Mississippi Senate race, the poll reveals Senator Cindy Hyde-Smith has a 10-point lead over Mike Espy. Mississippi's primary election is Tuesday. That's March 10th.
More than 15,000 voters have requested an absentee ballot for the March 10th primaries. Circuit clerks' offices received a little over 10,000 as of Tuesday. Circuit clerks' offices will be open from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. this Saturday to allow voters to cast an absentee ballot in person. Mailed-in absentee ballots must be received by 5 p.m. Monday. And then there were three. The race for the Democratic nomination for president now essentially a two-man race with the departure of Senator Elizabeth Warren. The big question now remains, who will she support? ABC's Serena Marshall has more from Washington.
From nearly 30 Democratic hopefuls to 3. Senator Elizabeth Warren saying goodbye on Thursday to the presidential race.
I will not be running for president in 2020.
Bowing out after a disappointing showing on Super Tuesday, even failing to win her home state of Massachusetts. The race now a two-man show. Tulsi Gabbard still running, however, with only one delegate, her path to victory virtually impossible.
All those little girls who are going to have to wait 4 more years. That's going to be hard.
Former Vice President Joe Biden racking up 10 states on Super Tuesday, knocking Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders out of frontrunner status. The big comeback after endorsements from his former rivals, including Michael Bloomberg yesterday.
Defeating Donald Trump starts with uniting behind the candidate with the best shot to do it.
Leading to accusations that Biden's backers in the Democratic establishment are ganging up on Sanders.
An establishment of all those hard-working middle-class people, those African-Americans, those
Sanders trails Biden in the popular vote and delegates, struggling to bring out the younger voters he appeals to.
Have we been as successful as I would hope in bringing young people in? And the answer is no.
As for who Warren will endorse for the Democratic nomination, she's not saying for now.
Not today. Not today. I need some space around this and want to take a little time to think a little more.
Serena Marshall, ABC News, Washington.
We will continue to keep you updated on the race for the White House and our Commitment 2020 coverage leading up to the presidential election in November. For the latest on the March 10th primary and results, you can go online to WAPT.com And don't forget to download the 16 WAPT mobile app for breaking news when it happens.
New tonight, a man convicted in the killings of 3 Birmingham police officers executed in Alabama. The Supreme Court granted a last-minute stay for Nathaniel Woods earlier tonight, but it was lifted shortly after, and he died by lethal injection just after 9. Woods and a second man, Kerry Spencer, were sentenced to death for the 2004 killings of the 3 officers. Spencer later confessed to being the lone shooter. Since then, there have been many attempts to get Woods off of death row, even last-minute pushes from celebrities. Woods' children spoke earlier tonight when their father's execution was stayed.
This can happen to anybody. Anybody can be in this situation. And you know, leading up to the time that you're gonna die, you will want somebody to fight for you, especially if you don't have the means, the ability. You know, the fact that the world reached out and saw and read the facts about this case, the world has a heart.
For those people who say, well, he's had his day in court, the reality is that not a single attorney has conducted a sufficient investigation into Nathaniel Woods' case.
Woods' alleged accomplice, Spencer, is still appealing. His execution date has not yet been set.
Students are heading out for spring break tomorrow. The Madison County School District wants to make sure they are protected from the coronavirus. The State Department of Education has been communicating with school districts across Mississippi. They have resources on their website about the coronavirus that administrators, teachers, and parents can access. There's information from the Centers for Disease Control on what to do before the virus is detected in a school and what to do after it shows up.
It is wash your hands. We want to make sure that surfaces are clean, that schools are cleaned, common surfaces in particular are sanitized. We want to make sure kids know the right etiquette for when you sneeze so that you don't spread disease.
Madison County schools are also following the guidelines from the Department of Education. All classrooms have hand sanitizer and wipes. The superintendent says school buses also have hand sanitizer on board. And the Mississippi Department of Health has activated a coronavirus hotline. This hotline is for Mississippians to ask general questions about the deadly virus. The number for that hotline is on your screen. It's open from